Yo, what's poppin', guys?
Welcome back to Patch.
Yes, and today we're gonna be reviewing the Cox CM600.
Interesting, not to be confused with Cooler Master because there is a CM in there.
Oh yeah, that's weird. So yeah, I had no idea this company existed, and I didn't even know this mouse existed, but Lucas did some finding and searching and he found this mouse. So apparently this is a Korean brand, which is dope. I'm Korean, so shout out to Korea, woo, right? But yes, we got this, and so yeah, we got this and we've been playing with it, and here is our review. If you guys do want to get it, we'll leave a link in the description box, but let's get it started off with the overall shape, and it is an egg-shaped
Egg
mouse.
shape. It's like the G203 kind of a little bit.
I absolutely hate this shape. I really don't like the egg shape for some reason. It just doesn't fit comfortably in my hand. It doesn't feel good. And it's just weird. Like, look at this, you know? I would say for the most part, this would be a fingertip or claw grip mouse. You know, if you try to like palm grip it, it's so weird. Like this part right here kind of like makes your hand kind of fold over on itself, and there's space in between, I guess, like where your knuckles are kind of. And right here at the butt of the mouse, it just like kind of hits your hand, and it's not sharp, but it just feels weird, you know, and like kind of like points down into like the butt of the mouse. So I'm not a huge fan of this at all, and look at how flat it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying it's low to the ground. I guess it kind of is low profile, but it's just overall super duper flat. Not a lot of curve to the shape either. So like Lucas said, if you do like the G203, I mean, or the egg shaped, or the egg shape in the mouse, then you'll probably like this shape, but I don't really like it. Yeah,
I mean, I don't mind it personally. It took a little bit of getting used to, but I don't really mind it. It's definitely not engineered for palm grip at all, like ever. It's fingertip and claw almost exclusively. And this guy, I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. It's very small. It weighs in at 39 grams. 39 grams. So it's very light.
Have we ever had a mouse this light?
Nope, this is the lightest mouse we've ever had on this channel.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Does it feel light? It feels very, very light. If you like light mice, and obviously you'll go crazy over this, but they do sacrifice a whole bunch of stuff for this lightweight feel. So we'll get into all of that stuff later, but as far as the weight goes, I mean, okay, so they're using a pretty interesting hole shape, just triangles. That's kind of cool, right? You know, we're kind of used to like the hexagon, right? In like most other mice, but this triangle shape is pretty new and refreshing, but I still don't like holes in mice anymore. I kind of just like what Razer's doing, you know, just like a solid plastic piece. But there are holes basically on the entirety of this mouse, you know, so that's probably how they reduce the weight a lot. And I do feel like there is such thing as too light because it feels weird. I don't like it.
Yeah, you know I don't know, man. I'm not into it. I mean, like, first thing I thought when I looked at this thing was like Lenovo ThinkPad. You know how they got the little red dot in there?
Yeah.
Like the old ones. Like, some people can use those things. I could never use those things. That's not what this is for at all. It's just a DPI button. But that's just what came to my mind when I saw this mouse. It's really weird.
Yes.
As far as the clicks go, they're actually using these Huano switches, which apparently have a lifetime of 20 million clicks. I've never heard of them. I mean, the clicks themselves are like okay, you know, they're passable. They're not like, they're nothing special really. They're kind of like, I don't know, just a regular tactile click.
Yeah, they're okay. I mean, I wouldn't say it's terrible. I feel like it feels kind of similar to maybe the Model O, but a little bit like softer than that. I wouldn't say it's as mushy as like a Razer mouse. So the clicks for the mouse 1 and 2 buttons aren't bad at all. The side buttons are absolute trash though.
Yeah, they're trash. They're horrible.
Trash. Like, it's so easy to press, and there's a lot of pre-travel and post-travel.
And they're tiny. They're tiny little rectangles. What kind of design is that?
Look at this.
And like, if you literally just brush your hand over it on accident, you'll click. You'll click both of them.
I'm like not even trying to click it. I'm just literally going like this, right? And if I go like this over the side buttons, it clicks both of them. So terrible side buttons. The scroll wheel is also trash. You know what this reminds me of? What? Remember the turtle mouse that we reviewed?
Yeah.
This is, I think, the exact scroll wheel, dude.
And probably.
It's pretty trash. It feels like there's no pattern on it.
No texture. It looks like a bald tire.
Exactly. And I guess the steps are okay. I mean, they're kind of tactile.
I mean, they exist.
Yeah, and then the click on the scroll wheel isn't bad either. And then, of course, like Lucas said, there is a DPI button that feels terrible.
The DPI button's horrible.
But like,
it's like
you're not gonna press it that much, right?
No, you'll press it all the time. If you press down here, this is a huge thing. If you press down here, which if you're fingertipping the mouse, your fingers are gonna be down there when you're clicking. I was accidentally pressing, if you press down here, it clicks down the DPI button too. So I was accidentally changing my DPI all the time. It's horrible. It just clicks that button no matter like how you do it. You're gonna click that.
Yes, and I guess that ties into build quality. And the build quality of this mouse is definitely something that this company sacrificed for, I guess, getting that lightweight feel for this mouse. And just like the overall chassis feels really, really bad.
It's like creaky.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the plastic they use just isn't great. You know, I don't know what it is. It just feels really, really cheap in hand. But I feel like that's directly correlated to the lightweight feel though. Like I feel like the lighter you get the mouse, the cheaper it'll feel. Maybe like if you use carbon fiber, it won't feel as cheap maybe, but I don't really know, you know?
I don't know what to do at that point.
Yeah, but yeah, the build quality is terrible. Like Lucas said, you get that DPI mouse button click.
There's side wobble on the buttons, a ton of side wobble.
Yeah.
They creak and when you press them a little bit. Like the switches are good. The switches are okay. When it's not creaking all the time.
Yeah. And just like you guys hear that? It's just not that nice. You know, like just terrible, you know? As far as the cord goes, the cord is pretty nice. It's paracorded, but I'd have to say one thing, it's a short cable.
Yeah,
Very short cable. Yeah, so I was putting it, like connecting to my computer. I would put the wire behind the desk and it wouldn't like reach the computer. I actually had to move my computer. And then even after I moved my computer, it still would like stretch like this because of how short the cable is. So just watch out for that.
Yeah, short cable, you know, it's all right as a cable, like as a paracord, but you know, it's just very short. The sensor in there, they're using a 3360. I mean, it feels responsive. I'm surprised they got a 3360 in there, but it feels responsive. It feels fine. As for the skates, they're standard Teflon skates, and they feel horrible. They feel absolutely horrible. They're so slow. They're like scratchy. On this, which is like,
Gabe,
what?
Okay, so I think that's the thing is that these skates are so damn thin, and obviously for a cloth mouse pad, there's a little bit of give. You know, like when you press it, there's a little bit of give, right? Because the skates are so thin, these plastic parts kind of like dig into the mouse pad.
Yeah.
And if you go like, you guys hear that? Like I kind of press down onto the side of the mouse a little bit and scratches like crazy. It like makes it feel so slow. It's terrible. But I guess like if you're kind of not pressing down, it doesn't feel as bad. But like I guess I press down a little bit when I play.
Yeah.
And I definitely noticed that a lot. Like, you guys hear that? You know, like when I'm kind of trying to move the mouse as well like this, it scratches too. So the skates aren't like terrible, but I guess the weight, like the mouse being so light, helps it feel a little bit faster than it should, you know?
Yeah.
As for RGB, there is no RGB, sadly, but obviously they had to sacrifice RGB to get this mouse as light as possible. So yeah, wrapping things up, don't get it. It's absolutely trash, guys. Like, I'm sorry. I usually don't like hate on mice this much, but I really hated this mouse to the point where I don't think anyone should get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is really a patched first here. We don't really trash any products on our channel. We just don't review them really if we don't like them. I don't recommend this to anyone. It's $40. Maybe for like 10 bucks I'd get it, you know?
Yeah, 10 bucks,
because it's a 3360, you know, and it's light and screw it. But I guess if you're into very light mice and you're okay with sacrificing quality, then you might like this mouse, but it's just...
You won't like this mouse.
Even with the DPI button stuff, like where it presses the DPI button, it's just bad, man. I don't recommend it.
Yeah, so, and I also like, I don't like how it looks. Do you like how it looks?
It's okay. It's like okay.
I guess I like the color scheme, you know, the red, black and red, but...
It looks like it looks like early 2000s.
Yeah. So yeah, that is our review of the Cox CM600 mouse. If you guys do want to get it, we'll leave a link in the description box, but we heavily recommend that you don't. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next.
See you in the next one.